Come sit with me. Look at my
Everyone, it's your favorite All the Gentleman Style Podcast show. We love you guys. We miss you guys. We are here on the Gentleman Style Podcast show, and we are here to talk about the Shannon Sharpe lawsuits. And today we have incredible, your favorite, your number one speaker. You guys love her. You guys miss her. Karmea, the unorthodox Southern Belle. And we have a special guest. My friend, this man is incredible. I have the utmost respect for him. He's absolutely incredible. The wisest man I've ever met. One of the wisest men I've ever met. He's you guys' favorites, Insurance Bae. I have followed him and connected with him for a long time, and he is here joining us on the Gentleman Style Podcast show.
Yes, sir.
How y'all feeling?
Feeling good.
Great,
ready
man.
To get into this.
Yeah, I know. I'm ready to dig in. But I appreciate you having me here, man. It's an exciting topic, and I'm glad to be on here with you.
It is an exciting topic, and I'm glad you said yes when I approached you, when I asked you. But this is huge. I'm going to start off with the clip of what they're talking about. I want to share this clip of the Shannon Sharpe issue that we found, Miss Karmea found, and she shared it with me. So you guys tune in.
To my family, friends, support.
Shannon, you don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get your old bitch out there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young bitches, and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it.
White women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends.
Now, y'all just seen, I just showed out 2 clips where this man, Cat Williams, and Monique just tried to warn his brother about what's about to happen to him right now. They said they can take you down in 2 weekends, my boy. You ain't want to listen. I got up in some mess, my boy. Got caught up in some mess. And look like it's looking bad, my boy. I'm not going to lie to you, because the girl keeps sending out audio footage. It's not looking good. The more footage she's sending out, the more you looking bad, my boy. I'm sorry, but this ain't looking good for you, my boy. Hopefully, whoever get justice, they get justice. But y'all, what do y'all think, bro? Because this stuff right here is just crazy.
Absolutely. So we are here today to discuss the Shannon Sharpe lawsuit. And so for those of you that don't know, Shannon Sharpe, a Pro Football Hall of Famer and media personality, is facing a $50 million civil lawsuit in Nevada, alleging sexual assault and battery. The lawsuit, filed by a woman under the alias now Jane Doe, claims Sharpe assaulted her twice, once in October 2024 and once again in January 2025. So the statute of limitations, it's probably good to go. It's not too old. This ain't Bill Cosby. The accuser alleges that Sharpe became violent, threatened her, and recorded their encounters without her consent. Sharpe has denied the allegations, calling the lawsuit a shakedown attempt. He announced that he is temporarily stepping away from his ESPN duties, but plans to return at the start of the NFL preseason. His legal team has dismissed the claims as fabricated narratives and misrepresentations of fact. The controversy has sparked public debate, with some, including Stephen A. Smith, suggesting that Sharpe is being targeted due to his rising media success, particularly after his viral Cat Williams interview. Meanwhile, Sharpe's recent outbursts on his podcast, Nightcap, has fueled concerns about his mental state amid the legal battle. So, who wants to go first? Let's do ladies first. What do you think, Karmea, about the allegations, about the $50 million dollar amount? What are your thoughts there?
It's a lot of back and forth. What I could say about the woman, because they're saying that she was in some type of situationship with him and being paid for. She was like an OnlyFans model, 1920, something like that, and she's being paid.
Like a model like you?
Don't do that. No. don't do that. She OnlyFans. Mm-hmm. So she was being paid by him, but she also was under some type of impression that they was more than just, a client, and that he was more than just a client to her, that they was in some type of relationship. Because you remember when that old Michelle video came out, that somehow he didn't realize he was live, dealing with Michelle. She was upset because she thought that they was together.
You talking about the recording he accidentally did Instagram live?
Yeah, that he claimed that it was Michelle. Yeah, y'all remember.
Right.
But with that situation, that's when she got upset and thought that they was actually together. Mm-hmm. She thought they was actually together, but they have kind of like a dominating type relationship. Like he dominates her, like race play as well, from what they're saying.
Right.
Already I was like, come on, race play out of all, I don't yuck nobody's yum. I tell people all the time, I don't yuck nobody's yum. But race play, dude, in the times we in right now, you want to play that game as you being an African American man. That's the game you want to play.
For real.
Right. Don't get me wrong. Look, you date who you want to date. But this is the stuff that's possible that can hang you these days. When I say they can get you these days, these young women. Like Dante Trump just said, why is Shannon dating a 19-year-old? He can pull other baddies over 30. I don't know why. We've heard him talk about other people who may have, dated younger and it ended up bad. And now he's in the same boat. He's been warned by Monique. He's been warned by Cat Williams. He take it as a joke, and now he's sitting here. He is a joke, so it is what it is. Insurance
Bae, what are your thoughts on the allegations? What do you think? Do you think he did it? Do you think he didn't do it?
Here's my thing. I think with Shannon, he isn't helping himself out because he keeps putting himself in the same position, right? I think I'm really big on accountability and ownership, and I'm just trying to figure out why he keep playing in the snow, because he keep ending up in the same position. And I think, honestly, it's a solid favor to him that ESPN's even letting him come back, because he keeps ending up in the news for the wrong thing. I think this is like his second, when he came out, I think maybe earlier this week or late last week, talking about, this is a shakedown. Like, this is your second or third video in the last 12 months talking about, hey guys, I messed up, on a very big scale. And so I don't know who is in his corner, who isn't in his corner. But I'm just curious to know, like, what is his thought process around that? Because he keeps going back to the same thing. And it's one of those things where historically, look, I don't get it, bro. Why? We've seen time and time again, this never works out for us. So why do you keep going down that path? I don't get it.
You are you
No, man.
So you saying, first off, Mr. Ross, you never play in the snow?
Say one time.
You never play in the snow?
Oh, that wasn't my cup of tea, man. Look, I'll take that back. One time when I was real little.
Okay.
When I was real little, I had a rebound situation, and she caught me slipping. And then the way my mom looked at me, never again, man. At that moment.
You brought a snow bunny home, like, she don't look like me.
See, I tell people all the time, I'm not discriminatory. I'm not before my.
You played in the snow, Karmea?
First of all, I've dated different ethnicities, please. I've dated different. Oh my gosh. I've dated different ethnicities and not just a regular Caucasian. Yeah, I've dated European. I've dated different, it didn't matter to me. I've dated different. I've dated different people of color too. So it didn't bother me. But look, the fact that he's over here doing race play, you know what time it is.
Yeah. That was weird to read.
You know what time it is. And I'm just like, what? After all this pro-black stuff that has came out your mouth, and you got the nerve to be talking about race play, they're gonna throw you up under the jail. Not even, I can't even say jail because that's not where he's going, but they're gonna try to wring you dry your money.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff that she was saying about like putting the big black baby in him or in her or whatever it was, and the fact that he could read that and be like, yeah, I want to continue to participate in this. I mean, everybody's got their thing, But that's a hard one to wrap my mind around, being able to digest. You know what I mean? So
I feel you. And again, you all, this is a real life conversation about the situation. I love what you're both saying. Mr. Calvin, I appreciate what you're saying, man, and the honesty, right? The introspection. You did play in the snow. I think we all have slipped and fell in some ice at one point in our time in our life.
Got frostbite.
And we got frostbite, and we never. I'll tell you mine. I'll share mine. So I played in the snow when I was back in the Virgin Islands. I worked in an ice cream parlor, and I was the only guy on the island that worked in this ice cream parlor. And this young snow bunny white girl comes working in the spot. So she and I developed a relationship because we started getting scheduled together. Ended up working together. And so long before we know it, we end up dating. And what's crazy is she introduced me to her parents. And I'll never forget her parents. They had came to the island, but they were working. They were traveling and working on a plantation. And their job was to restore the plantation. So part of the job requirements is they lived on the plantation while they were reconstructing it, her and her family. And so when she introduced me to her dad, it was a very sore moment. And I think it was my first uncomfortableness that I could not describe. I couldn't understand why he was asking me so many questions. And I wasn't that type of gentleman. I was the gentleman. I want to meet your parents. I'm not scared of meeting your parents. I was that bold. But her dad was just very, very uncomfortable, the kind of questions he asked me. But ultimately, I think he gave me a temporary pass to date his daughter. Fast forward several years. I'm now a grown man out the military, everything. The dad finds me, right? The girl and I reconnect on social media. When Facebook comes out, the girl and I reconnect. She's engaging on my posts. I'm growing as an influencer, and we're commenting. When her and I reconnected on social media, her dad found me. The dad threatened the shit out of me. And he said, if you ever rape my daughter again, I'll kill you. Imagine my surprise. But I wake up. I wake up at like 4 a.m. The girl is blowing up my text message and I'm asleep. I wake up to her messaging me saying, hey, my dad found you. I got to unfriend you and block you so he don't find you. And I wake up and I see those messages from her. And then I see inbox of threats from her father. And I'm completely oblivious. And I said, and I didn't even get the opportunity to ask her, what did you tell your dad happened between us? So apparently she told her dad that I had raped her. And the man was really out to get me, but I had never done such a thing. So that was my first experience where interracial dating did not work out for me. And that was a huge moment for me to realize and uncover and just experience. It was my first real life experience and another Black woman said, Marcus, this is what happens to Black men when y'all step outside your race. This is what happens to y'all. Y'all get put in a box and get accused of things that you may not do. I was exposed to racism and didn't even realize it.
Unfortunately, on the flip side, that's what happens when it can happen. It's more, what's the word? It's a higher chance of it happening with a Black man dating a white woman than a Black woman dating a white man. It's more of a chance of her screaming, help, help, help. He did something to me. If something doesn't go right, or she doesn't, look right to her peers or whatever, to try to make it seem like that person, she's right, or she didn't do that. He forced himself on me, all that type of stuff. We're not saying, as we keep on saying, as Black women, a lot of Black men have said and came out their mouth saying, this may be something adjacent. We don't care. We don't really care who y'all date. We just want y'all to be safe and leave us out of it. We don't care who you date. We don't want to hear the Black woman got an attitude and stuff, and that's why I went over here with the snow. But we don't care about none of that. Just leave us out of it. And while you're doing that, make sure you're safe, because it's a different world over there. And when they decide to, scream wolf, we can't help you.
Yeah, it was just really
Yeah.
shocking. It was shocking to me because everything her and I did was consensual. Everything. Nothing was ever above par, above reproach. Everything was consensual. And again, we were friends on social media. She had made comment on my stuff. We were laughing, joking, all of this stuff. So this stuff, whatever you told your father, was clearly a lie. Because who befriends their rapist later on?
Right.
Right? Years. I'm talking. I was a young boy. I was in high school. She's in high school. Who befriend, and then years follow up. You befriend me on social media, and we're talking and laughing and joking, and then you tell your father I raped you. So that was super, super wild.
I wonder what she felt like she was going to get from that. Like, what? Why?
I think, honestly, personally, I think it was the case of the father already wasn't comfortable with her having, intercourse, sex or whatever, but nevertheless having sex with a black male. And that's what bothered, but she know that's what bothered him. So she tried to pretty much make herself seem innocent by saying that he did this to me to try to counteract all of that. So it doesn't make her seem like she's, not his little girl anymore, etc. Not already there was a race problem already.
Right.
Yeah. It was crazy. So like you all both said, it never ends up well when we play in the snow, and we got to learn. And thank you, Dantes Trump. We got to stop playing in the snow. We got to learn from our mistakes. It don't end well for Tiger Woods. It don't end well for Jonathan Majors. It don't end well for Pirates of the Caribbean, Johnny Depp, and that scary relationship. When that thing went public, that was crazy.
Everybody got to remember from, I know y'all heard about Emmett Till. Everybody got to remember that. And then that Caucasian older woman later on down the line, close to her deathbed, said that that's not what even happened. And that boy was dragged, tortured, and killed for something he didn't even do.
Yeah.
Same differences on Instagram. Same different podcast 22. You guys, great podcast. Check them out. So he says on Instagram, so I can't want some Django action. No. If you've learned nothing else from what we just talked about, you cannot want some Django. And then he comments, he says his brain isn't all that good also. And he's referring to Shannon Sharpe, I believe. Shannon Sharpe's brain is not. I think now he's like declaring that outburst that he had. He's declaring like people are suspecting like some mental problems there.
It could be. It ain't just him having fun no more. Some of his decision making is looking real cloudy right now.
Yeah.
I
saw something where he was, I guess they leaked one of the audio clips, and it was him talking about how he was going to put his hands around a neck or choke her or something like that. And based off of that clip, it really could have went just off of that clip. I'm not, accusing them or nothing. Based off that clip, I'm like, I don't know if that's enough to say he did do it, because based off their conversations, there's obviously some kink going on. There's some play that's happening that, this might not be outside of the realm of that. But if you just listen to that and listen to it in the context of this 10 seconds, it sounds like he's an abuser. But if you open up the full conversation, I'll be curious to hear what the whole thing sounds like, because that may have been a normal interaction or saying, or just him talking his stuff. So, I don't know where Auntie is at with this.
I get exactly what you were saying, because there was a moment where he said, don't just let people listen to that, just a couple seconds of the clip, show them the whole 10 minutes. Like there's more of the clip, but they only clip that part to incriminate him. But either way, you put yourself in a dangerous situation, and it doesn't matter at this point. You already set your own self up.
Yep.
That's real. That is so real. Look at these two, man. Spilling the tea on the Gentleman Style Podcast Show. We are live talking about the Shannon Sharpe lawsuit. Shannon Sharpe released a statement, or tried to release a statement. So here's a clip for you all that are just tuning in.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself, because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
Unc has spoken. And so one of the things so that's a statement he made shortly after that I saw that came out after the allegations was put out there. One of the things that stood out to me though, that was weird, that I think it came out that he offered the girl $10 million because he had just signed a big contract for someone trying to buy out his, I don't know if it's his podcast or his show. So that is weird to me. If you're saying everything is above reproach and everything was consensual and everything is good and I'm just being set up, why offer the girl $10 million to shut up? And this goes back to a previous topic that Karmea and I had about the P. Diddy case, right? Why, if you, and Karmea's stance, if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, was if you are innocent, why offer the money? So I take the opposing view. If I'm a celebrity, Mr. Calvin and Karmea, you guys are celebrities. If I'm a celebrity, right, I don't want to go through the lengthy court battle, right? Even though I may not have done it, I'm going to offer money because court cases, these kind of court cases can run for years. They can defame you and all kinds of stuff can come out that nobody, that may not even be relevant to what we're talking about. But because they have to do an investigation on me, now you guys finding baby oil. Now y'all finding all my fucking Pokemon cards, all the shit that ain't got nothing to do with the case. But because it's an investigation, now all this other stuff comes out about me. And I just want to skip all of that. Let me offer you some money. So what do you guys think? Why do you think he offered the girl some money? Is it because he's guilty or is it because he's trying to avoid long, lengthy court battles?
I can't say whether he's guilty or not. All I can say is that I just find it funny you try to hurry up and throw money at it before it hits the media. Like Johnny Depp did. Yes, it took time, but he knew he was innocent, so he went ahead and took that court case. It was going to do more damage to him to sit there and try to get in front of it and be like, yeah, this didn't happen. No, he went ahead and took the court case because he knew he was innocent, and we laughed our way through that. A lot of us did. That court case should have been a movie because we laughed our way through that with Johnny Depp. But either way, it was like, what is going on? Yeah. It was a show.
Yeah.
But either way, when we got to the internet, we found out that she was lying the whole time. So now her career is in danger. He was able to get his, endorsements and stuff back. But even off of lies that are not proven, people are not able to come back from that.
She still did Aquaman. She still got to do Aquaman.
Yeah, she had to. Of course, she had to finish it, but she hasn't been doing well since it.
So I'm torn on why he threw the money. I think my first thought is just what you were sharing. There's probably something there. On the other side, just from a business perspective, putting that hat on, and I'm in the insurance world. So insurance companies, they pay a whole litigation team to avoid having to go to court, whether they want to think that they did it or not, right? They just want to avoid the court, because the court costs alone aren't worth it, right? So they would much rather just throw money at it and avoid court altogether. There's arbitrators and mitigators left and right in the insurance space, and as well as in other areas of business. And so I'm wondering if his counsel was like, hey, it's going to cost you more in the long run, either from a PR perspective or financial perspective, especially if you got pending business contracts. It's better to throw some money at this. Even if you didn't do it, let's just go and get this away from the media. Don't drag this out. You got pending contracts coming. Let's just get this put away quickly. So I'm like, from a business perspective, I can kind of see why he would have done that potentially. The other side of me is like, maybe there's something to it.
So you're saying that you may not have a choice. The insurance company is going to make you throw money at it because they have the money and they want to be over with it quickly.
Yeah. So in cases where like if somebody is trying to, just like when somebody tries to force you to settle, right? So let's say if somebody has a really big claim and they're filing against the insurance company, or they're filing a claim with the insurance company, and the insurance company is not going to necessarily run to go pay that, especially if it's a very large claim. Oftentimes what they're going to do is they have in-house lawyers and litigation teams that are there to help find a settlement to avoid going to court. Never mind the admission of it. We don't care about that. We don't want to get caught up in court. We don't end up in the media. We don't want to go through the court costs, all of that. So it's not uncommon in the business space, especially in the insurance side specifically, where people will throw money at problems just to not make it be a bigger problem and to get it done quickly. Because ultimately it normally would cost less. So from that perspective, I'm thinking of the potential counsel he has around him, especially at his level of celebrity. He probably has lawyers, financial people in his ear saying, hey, from a PR perspective, you got bending contracts coming worth so much for your podcast. Now is not the time to drag this out. We need to put this to bed right now because it's going to cost you a lot more. Never mind what it looks like from a guilt perspective. So I could see him maybe playing it that way as well, because I don't want to run to accuse him necessarily just based off of that.
I feel
with them going forward to say that he was trying to go forward, to pay the $10 million, if he was trying to avoid it all, I believe this is gonna be like the P. Diddy situation. It's gonna open up more avenues for other people or females to come forward to say, yeah, me too. And here goes another Me Too movement.
Mm.
Oh, you was willing to pay her till $10 million to be quiet? All right, bet. I'm next.
Man. Yeah.
This stuff is real. And again, when you achieve that level of success, when you got so much things going on, people want to buy your company, you got your ESPN check. He like, you got your podcast check after that incredible interview with Cat Williams, Monique. He's been getting bigger and bigger celebrity. He just did an interview with Monique. Like, dude, stay level. Stay level. Part. Like, I'm so serious. Men, as a man, right? We really need to do better with self-control. We really need to do better with self-control. And when you get to a certain point, you gotta cut the stuff, man. Like, stop going to P. Diddy parties. Stop messing with women that don't have no incentive for you, don't mean well for you. Like, you a celebrity, when you go out, women who are attracted to you may not all have the best intentions for you. So guard yourself. This stuff, what we keep getting caught up because men are not exhibiting self-control.
No, thinking with the wrong head, man.
Absolutely. And you think it's a one night. I think, what was it? Drake was I think several years ago, where this lady he was sleeping with, he used to have sex with him with condoms, and he put chili sauce and Tabasco sauce in the condom. So she tried to slip it back up in there after they were done, and he threw away the condom, and she got burned.
Wow.
So he's protecting himself because he knows what these women are about, right? Yeah. You know what these women are about. I've heard numerous celebrities who they have you sign a non-disclosure, right? Before we do anything, you sign in this NDA, right?
If Lori Harvey can do it, if Lori Harvey is a younger female and she got men signing it, what is wrong with y'all doing it?
What do you mean?
Hey, but Lori Harvey, she has an NDA for the dudes that she deal with.
Is that the girl that did it, Michael B. Jordan?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if she could do it at her young age, she could have men out here doing it. She got Future over here crashing and burning, but that's another story. If she could do this and have everybody on an NDA, not so they won't be out here telling her business or whatever, y'all can do it too. Have a special little program in your phone and be like, hey, can you sign this real quick?
On this app.
Sign this on this app. This is legally binding.
This is a Gentleman Style Podcast show. We have your favorite gentleman, the incredible Karmea Wells, your Ozark Southern Belle, and we got the super fragilist SB Aladocious, Mr. Calvin Royster on the Gentleman Style Podcast show today, and we are sharing nuggets. He is here, joining us, and we love it. The infamous Insurance Bae. The infamous.
I forgot about that one.
I did it. The incredible Insurance Bae. So this is absolutely incredible. Thank you for spilling nuggets on the insurance. I used to do insurance long day. My license is long expired, but yeah, that is real talk. If you guys hear nothing else, right? Leave. Again, as you guys grow, as you guys do well, as you guys succeed, as you guys kill the game, right? As people who move up in the world, protect yourselves. Y'all, we really have to protect yourselves. We understand that there's toxic women out there. We understand there's toxic men out there, and protect yourselves. Go ahead, Karmea. I know you got something saucy.
This is what I'm gonna say. I believe, if I'm paraphrasing or I'm saying it correctly from J. Cole, he said in one of his songs, he said he only deal with chicks who got shit to lose.
So like a level up situation?
You could be with somebody. It doesn't necessarily have to be level. They could be at your level. Like, especially we're talking about men who, they got their stuff together. They got their money and stuff together. They're not dealing with anybody lower. So most likely dealing with somebody at their level or higher, because they got stuff to lose. So they're not moving funny. They're not moving a certain way. I'm gonna be real with you. Dealing with an OnlyFans model, you drop low. You drop low. You already know OnlyFans, the type of OnlyFans she do. She there to get that money. However, she gonna get it. Right. So she's willing to get low for that change. She ready to do some strange things for a piece of change. It is what it is. And I remember they've been showing the clips about talking about he don't want nobody who's who's safe. He don't want nobody. He want a sinner. Well, you paying for that sinner right now, and 10 million ain't enough for her, clearly.
Right. So I don't know if you all saw Dr. Umar's take, but there was a clip.
I got the clip.
So they, the short version of what he was saying was, what were you thinking? She's 19, she's on OnlyFans, never mind what she looked like. Think about her mindset at that point in time and what she does for money. And if that's her main grind, of course, she's going to be looking for some sort of hustle as far as her mindset goes. And so then he went on to say, like, if she's turning down $10 million, she must think she has something. So, Unc should be a little concerned. So, that was Umar's take on it. I found that interesting because he's an interesting guy.
You are not going to convince me that a 19-year-old OnlyFans model, I don't care if she black, white, brown, yellow, or red, you are not going to convince me that if you offer a 19-year-old OnlyFans model who sells videos of her body for cash apps on the regular, she sells videos and pictures of her body on the internet for cash apps, and she gets offered $10 million to walk away when she only asks for 50 grand. Think about this, Art. She only asks for 50 grand. Shannon Sharpe says, I'm going to give you 10 million to walk away. And she says no. Art, do you know of anybody on OnlyFans? Do you know of any 19-year-old teenager who, if offered 10 million to shut up and go away when they only wanted 50 grand, do you know of any 19-year-old girl who is not going to take the 10 million?
Anybody taking 10 million?
Thank you. You on OnlyFans. You making money by selling your body, so you clearly not doing too well in these streets. You get offered 10 million and you turn it down? I believe the NFL power structure, or maybe the white media power structure, or maybe the white podcast power structure. Somebody was jealous of Shannon Sharpe's upcoming $100 million contract. Somebody was jealous of Shannon Sharpe's upcoming $100 million contract, and they intervened at the level of Tony Busby, or they intervened at the level of Gabriella Azul-Nix. One or the other. Because ain't no 19-year-old OnlyFans model turning down no 10K. Somebody wanted Shannon Sharpe embarrassed. Somebody wanted Shannon Sharpe humiliated. Somebody wanted Shannon Sharpe's financial future destroyed. But Shannon Sharpe made a big mistake, Art. He made the same mistake Sean Puffy Combs made. You know what that is? Offering too much money too soon. Remember when we had our last conversation, I said what? Puffy messed up when he offered Cassie that amount of money in less than 24 hours. It makes you look guilty. It makes you look guilty. Shannon Sharpe offered the 19-year-old Snow Bunny $10 million. That was too much money, and it was too soon. And where there's smoke, there's fire. So Tony Busby in the white power structure allegedly stepped in and said, if he can give you 10 that easy. If he can give you 10 that easy. Remember, Shannon was bragging when he was talking about how the Cat Williams interview made him more money than he ever made in the NFL. Remember that, Art?
I remember that.
So he's letting people know that the pockets is kind of heavy. So when he offered Gabriella Asu Ninjas $10 million, they said, oh, we can get a whole lot more than that. The shame of it all, Art, is we don't even know if Shannon going to get the $100 million contract now. I hope he does. I want what's best for my brother. I hope Shannon still gets his $100 million deal. It's hard out here for a black man. But Art, if they suing him for $50 million, what if he don't get the $100 million deal? Think about that. I don't know what he's worth. I don't pocket watch. But let's just say Shannon don't get it, and I hope he does. Knock on wood. But if Shannon don't get the 100 mil, Art, and the court award her $50 million, what if he don't even have $50 million? What if he don't even have $50 million? They would have been better, Art, and I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they showed their hand. But they would have been better off waiting until he got his contract. They would have been better off waiting until he had his contract so they could show that he got the money. But you coming in for a cash out before he's even signed the contract. Bad move on their part, but that was good luck for Shannon.
So Insurance Bae, what would you? How do you feel? Would you get into some scandal? What are you doing? What's your first move? Put you on the spot.
After that, you saying what would I have done in his shoes?
Yeah, you throwing money at the situation, or you gonna let the stuff play out, no matter even whether it's true, false, or indifferent.
That's a tough one, man, because I'm the type to fight it, right?
Okay.
So I think my natural instinct is, all right, we gonna. I know I didn't do it, so we're gonna take this to court. But at the same time, I think that the curveball, the variable, is that big contract. Like, is there? If I know, I would have my lawyer like read through that contract and see if there's a clause on. And normally there's a due diligence process at a contract of that capacity, at that magnitude. And if there's anything about like character flaws or anything that would jeopardize me losing that contract, I probably would try to get in front of that and put that thing to rest right away, so I don't jeopardize the bigger picture. And then also knowing that if that type of money is in limbo, not only am I jeopardize losing it, but after I get it, then, or if I wait till I get it, then there's more on the line as well. So that contract, I think, is the big curveball that would have me like, maybe I don't want to drag this out longer than I want to. And you got to also factor in that he's been in so much. He just got out of a situation with the whole Michelle thing, and I think there was another one. I might be confusing it with this one. But yeah, so like he's been in the media for the wrong reason a couple times. He's like Chipotle out here, just in the media all the time for the wrong reasons. So, so yeah, that's a tough one, man. I'm not sure.
Unorthodox Southern Belle, what you think? You get caught up in a scandal, your contract is on the line. You throwing money at it, or you gonna fight it?
Stuff happens. Stuff happens all the time. I think sometimes people feel like they're so powerful and they got so much money that stuff can't happen to them. And I think Unc got in that mind space thinking that I could do whatever I want. This person not as big as me. And this is probably why he messed with people lower than him, so that he feel like he has more power. So just in case something does happen, I could just, get rid of this problem quickly. But it's ending up being, the situation, and look at her, who she is, not who she is, but what she is.
Right.
It's ended up, working against him a lot more than him being powerful. But I really think this was a situation. Well, for myself, I'm a person who think about the past, present, and future. I got so many scenarios going in my head for multiple situations. It's crazy. What if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? You know what? I'm not going to do that. We're not even going there today. Yes, you make mistakes, but this was a situation of I'm going to pay her to get what I want. Whatever she may feel, fuck that. I'm going to just do what I want to do. And I don't think he saw it going this way, but this is something he should have took into consideration, being that he's dealing like Dr. Umar said, you're dealing with a 19-year-old OnlyFans model. You see what she doing for the money. So if she's willing to do that, imagine what she'll be willing to do to get more money, even if it takes screwing you over.
Big facts.
Yeah.
Big facts. Sauce. Dropping the sauce.
Yeah.
That thing is real, man. That thing is real. Keep your nose clean, man. As you guys grow,
literally as well.
Yeah.
Keep your nose clean.
And the thing is that throws me off is, I'm sorry, Marcus, go ahead.
You good. You good.
All right. Yes, the thing that throws me off is like when you're that level. I mean, there's no shortage of options between his status, his visibility, his finances. He's still in shape, takes good care of himself. So I'm like, where you have no shortage of options. Why are you messing around with these type of situations when I'm sure there's no shortage of women that would be willing to entertain you and not put you through that. So I don't get that part.
You're right. You're right. When you at that level, you have options, and you're single, right? You're not married. You're single. Why mess around like that? Why even get in the headspace of messing around like that? A 19-year-old, ain't nothing beneficial. Ain't nothing she could do for you, bro. OnlyFans, ain't nothing she could do. It's literal. It's serious.
No.
You got a successful podcast. You got a successful ESPN career. What is the benefit? I personally have always dated older women. That because I've always been a go-getter. I've always been on a big momentum kick. There's been very few times in my life where dating a younger woman who, especially if that younger woman is not going or believes in what I'm doing. And so I have always dated older women simply because they are in the headspace that aligns with me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just can't see why a older man will want to say, yeah, this 19-year-old, she got something going on. What's the thing? What's the thing with Sexy Red and Drake? Is it Drake? Drake putting her on and they be messing around, and when they get in the club together, they hugging up and they kissing up on each other. I'm like, this don't make no sense. That is disgusting. Like, Karmea, you don't know what I'm talking about?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. It had a bad taste in my mouth.
It is disgusting to look at, but it's the same thing. What was it? Chris Brown had bought Ice Spice, like this platinum chain thing, to try and impress her so he could get her to go on a date. Like, you in the game, bro. You doing it big, and you messing around with Ice Spice, a new artist, a new to the industry artist. Why even spend the time? That don't even make sense to me. You could have literally anybody.
A lot of them, this is the thing though. Some of those cases is they trying to hit the new girl first so they can have that on their belt to say that I hit that new one first, just in case they happen to blow up. While they blowing up, I hit that right. I was first. I was first. before she went diamond, I was first.
So you think it's a race? You think it's a race of like, okay, who got Meg Thee Stallion? Who got who's another? I don't follow pop media too well, so forgive me, y'all. I don't know all the new artists, but it's like, you think it's a race to?
I think it's some type of race that whether you guys believe it or not, that y'all are in. Not saying y'all particularly, but certain men are in with each other. Like, who can get to the newbies first? That seem like they're gonna be worth something in the future. So I can say I hit that first. Whether you know, I've seen men, you know, at lower levels, they'll be like, oh yeah, oh she knew to yeah, I got that already. I'm about to hit that first. They'll be in competition with each other. I'm just like, are you serious? All these women out here, and y'all all want to go for one just to say I hit that first?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's valid for sure. If you look at like some of the stories that you hear about what women do to either get into the industry or once they are invited into the industry or whatever it may be, you know, there's definitely some foul play and ill intentions that go into just being in the industry and in general as a whole. So it wouldn't surprise me if that were the case, what you're talking about, where, you know, it's a race to get to the new one in the industry, to show what it is to be in the industry or whatever the game is that's being played.
Absolutely. Why do you think so I have conflicting data. He put out that he's stepping down from ESPN. I think he was removed from ESPN as a speaker. And so I think he got removed and he got put down. I don't think did he get back? I think you said that earlier, Karmea. He got his job.
I think he said it was like, to your point, it was phrased that he was stepping down, but it was with the anticipation of him coming back in the fall. So it's not like he's gone permanently. It seems like it's a temporary thing, which I was kind of surprised. I'm like, another one. I'm surprised ESPN's even fooling you. They fire people for less. So,
like, who? They fire people for less? What? Like something else happened with another celebrity?
Yeah, just other sportscasters and analysts. You know, they'll let go because of whatever. It would be a contract thing, a viewership thing, or whatever it may be. Like, we're not even talking about allegations of anything. They'll let people go. So the fact that you've had multiple allegations and have been in the media in this type of light multiple times in the last 12 months, you know, I'm surprised that they are even entertaining letting him come back. But it may just be they clearly they like him, or it's a contractual thing. But I was very surprised.
I think he's too big. I think he's too big to let go. And Journey to Love says Monique told him to get with an older lady and leave the young ladies alone. Dantes Trump.
I like the older ladies.
He went.
My boy. My boy. Yes, please.
I told you, older ladies are the best. I don't care what nobody says.
All day.
Older women is where it's at, y'all. Leave these young girls alone. Let them do the Instagram. Let them do the OnlyFans. Let them do the TikTok. Let them do the Instagram. Leave them young chicks alone. They can't do nothing for you fellas. I'm telling you.
I think that's the takeaway, man.
If you hear nothing else this whole show, if you hear nothing else we said, fellas, stay away from young women. Leave them young women alone. Huge. Dantes Trump says Ray J had the song I Hit It First. Hint, hint, hint. Kim. You bring it up. He went there. He went there. Oh my gosh.
Kim Kardashian got a long rap sheet. If you ooh.
My girl,
you might find your homeboy if he worth something on there.
My girl educated me on that the other day. She was telling me, I thought Kim Kardashian started some other way. Like her family got big some other way.
Don't get me wrong. She came from money. She come from old money. But the way she became famous was a sex tape between her and Ray J.
They weren't famous before?
Her dad was.
Her dad was, because they had money. They had money, but it wasn't like fame as in the media like that. She became famous in the media like that from the sex tape with Ray J.
And that kicked it off for the whole family.
Yeah.
No. It really kicked it off for her. And it kind of spread. Okay. She let it spread to the family. But really, the mastermind of all that was the mama. The mastermind of all that, the mama controlled all that.
Wow. That's crazy.
It's
too much money.
Low key pimping her daughters without pimping your daughters.
Too much money. Too much access. Too much access. If Sharpe gets cleared, how do you guys feel he should rebuild his reputation, and how does public perception? How does he shift it? Do you guys have any? Go ahead.
Low key, he might got to do what Jonathan Majors did. You going to get you a strong black woman.
You gotta get married. You gotta settle down with a black girl.
I don't know about getting married, but you gonna have to get you a strong black woman, and you gonna have to really work hard for this PR. Because brother, you better get with Dr. Umar and your PR team and figure out which way you about to go. Because that snow bunny did some damage. They better start looking up your DMs and look and see who you've been paying money to, anybody else, and see if you can go ahead and cut that off before it starts to spread like cancer.
Fellas. So Shannon, if you're watching this, brother, get you a Megan Good. Find you some Megan Good. Get some Megan Good in your life.
Don't you use her though? He better not use her. He better not use her. We still praying for Megan Good. Because we see that like it better work out. He better treat you right. He better not step outside the line once. He better not cheat. He better not have one side of cheating after she has sat up here, paid bills, and stood 10 toes down for you. You better not get out of line. Jonathan, you better not get out of line.
You get back to Jonathan.
you better not get out of line.
From a black woman, you heard it here first, y'all. Fellas, get y'all a Megan Good for standing by her man and paying them bills and holding it down and paying that child support while you get your life back together.
Oh hell no!
What? What do you mean?
Already is giving homosexual. I don't know.
Oh no!
What do you mean, yo?
Wait a minute. She did the Faith Evans paying the child support too.
You didn't hear about it? Calvin, am I wrong?
I didn't know. I didn't know what all she was paying for.
I heard about her paying the bills and paying for the dog training, but child support?
Wow, I didn't even know he had kids.
I didn't know either. If that's really the case, I'm gonna need a return investment.
She did. I'm pulling up the data right now. There are reports suggesting that Megan Good has been financially supporting Jonathan Majors, including allegedly covering his child support payments. Sources claim that since Majors' legal troubles and career setbacks, Good has been paying for various expenses, including $75,000 dog training bill.
He better not step out of line once. I bet not hear that about no text messages, emails, DMs, not a goddamn thing.
Stand by your black man. Stand by your black man.
Right.
We would drag him. We would drag him. I'm so.
Yeah, she's a real one for that.
She's a real one, especially
she there's a lifetime of protection and love and admiration.
She get a black card.
All the stuff she like.
Yep, she need a movie deal.
He better be thanking God and ugly crying every time he say her name.
He got to get her a movie deal. Is that what you're saying? He got to get her some big contracts to repair.
The thing is, they both can act. I mean, I think it would be cool to see them in a movie. You know?
Yeah, another Drumline part 2.
Absolutely not. They already had they came out with they tried to do like a TV show or something with Drumline. It didn't work out well. So moving on.
Yeah.
No. Every reboot don't need to happen. It does.
I don't know. I was kind of hurt to see Megan I thought I had a chance after she divorced old boy. I was like,
maybe was in there.
Yeah, I thought I was in there, bro. You know, she was one of my first loves, man.
And she older. Is she
right?
old?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? All my first loves got married means I can choose them right, except for the one I actually chose. That's another story, though.
I be damned.
What? What? Yo.
So that's another podcast.
That's another episode. Yo, this has been an epic conversation. This has been real talk. This has been super dope, super dope. You guys have been incredible. Thank y'all for this super dope. If you guys have any final nuggets for our audience, any final words, any advice for the aspiring entrepreneur, Karmea, can you speak to the ladies right now who are coming up and doing their thing and killing the game? Any advice that we can learn from the Shannon Sharpe lawsuit?
Keep doing what you're doing, but please you know, like J. Cole said, mess with people who got stuff to lose. You know you have stuff to lose. Mess with only people who have stuff to lose as well. You already know you're trying to go far, you're trying to build. Don't be with somebody who don't have nothing unless they're trying to build too. You got to know where their mind is, and you got to also see in their actions. Are they moving? Are they doing what they're supposed to be doing? Are they, you know, what are their plans? Are they just talking all day? Or are they just sitting there, you know, playing a video, you know, whatever. But move with intentions and also be looking at that person to do the same.
Absolutely. Calvin Royster, any nuggets for the men? I gotta give my man some jams here. I gotta give him any advice for the brothers.
Yeah. So I'm a paraphrase it here, but essentially it takes a lifetime to build your character and a second to destroy it. So with that in mind, have some dick discipline. You know, there's always going to be opportunity out here. Get your bag, focus on where you need to be, and just be mindful and intentional about how you move.
Big facts. Big facts. Super dope. Super
I like
dope.
that.
I
ain't never heard dick discipline before. Double D.
Double D. Give them the double D. Seriously, y'all. But yeah, this is real talk. I love you guys for making time today and sharing space and giving insight and sharing nuggets. This has been an impactful conversation. My final words of advice, y'all, protect yourselves. Men, control yourselves. Control yourselves. Act like the gentleman that you are. Act like y'all got mothers that raised y'all, right? You can't sit there and act crazy with black women and then a black woman raised you, right? Because that's disrespectful to her. Is represent where you come from. Hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself to a higher standard and stop messing with people that don't. My brother said this on his show, and he said, stop messing with people that don't like you for real. There are people out here that don't give a damn about you and undercover don't even care, don't even like you for real. They only with you and they only follow you and they only subscribe to you because they waiting for you to fall so they could say they knew you. And when you rise, they're gonna do the same. When you rise and you achieve success, oh, I went to school with Karmea. I went to school with Calvin. I knew Calvin. Oh, that's Karmea from back in the day when she was a stripper. That's such and such from back in the day when Calvin was only dating white girls, right? People only connect.
That's not what I said.
Hey, you gotta hit him with that TI. You see me in the streets, not homie. You don't know me.
Absolutely. This has been an incredible show. You guys are awesome. Like we end every show. Take care of your friends. Take care of your family. And always, always take care of business. And this, actually, I gotta give credit before this man sued the shit out of me. This video is brought to you by Mood Today, ISO the God. So if you like this track, go cop that album. This is out now, available today, anywhere you get your music. Like we end every show, take care of your friends, take care of your family, and always, always take care of business. This is Marcus, your favorite gentleman, and
Karmea Wells, the unorthodox Southern Belle.
And my guy,
Calvin Royster, Insurance Bae.
Insurance Bae. Love you guys. Bye.